So cash flow modelling is really a tool that we use for our business clients to, track the movements in their cash flow cycle from month to month or week to week. So we're looking at not only their P&L items, so their revenue and their expenses, but also tracking the movement in their assets and liabilities to get a true indication of their cash position. So all businesses should consider cash flow modelling to some extent. Obviously that'll vary depending on the size of the business, but if you're trying to run a business without any idea of your cash flow, then essentially you're flying blind at that point in time. So it's probably a crucial tool for business owners to understand where the cash crunches are in their business cycle and where they might need additional working capital requirements or might need some additional funding to help them fund business growth. Yeah, so a key example of a cash flow crunch for a number of businesses is that period just after Christmas, so early January. Everyone's still away on holidays and a lot of people aren't fully back into the swing of things. So if you've got a robust cash flow model, then you'll be aware of that crunch months out and you'll be able to start looking at what initiatives you can implement to ensure that the cash flow position is strong through that quieter period. So another good reason to implement some cash flow modelling is helping you plan for the future. So a lot of businesses, when they're planning for growth, they're not quite sure yet exactly how they're going to resource that, what number of staff they're going to need to increase their revenue by a certain amount. So cash flow modelling enables us to trial and test those scenarios to see that, okay, at what level of revenue do I need additional staff, and then most importantly, how am I going to fund that? Cash flow modelling is always a fluid sort of process and a fluid document, so it should be updated regularly. Some people do it as often as daily, and others it's weekly, monthly, or even up to quarterly. We sort of recommend that at least quarterly updates are necessary depending on the size of the business. But then often it just depends on who the user is of that cash flow model. So we often have clients that the bank requires cash flow modelling as part of their ongoing review process. It might be that you're looking to extend a finance facility, apply for new finance, or even it might be part of a due diligence process for purchase or a sale of a business, or it might just be a new product line or service that you're looking to offer, so you're just wanting to make sure that the cash flow stacks up and all the numbers are together. So cash flow modelling has become a far more streamlined process than it used to be, especially with the implementation of a lot of automated accounting software and online accounting software. A lot of the time now the information just feeds straight into the model. So really the only time cost for clients is the initial setup. But that's where we take the time to sit down with them and run through their budgets and forecasting and make sure they're fully aware of exactly what we need from them. But once the model's set up, it's a pretty straightforward task to get it updated. The key item really is just having accurate and up-to-date accounting records and books. So the benefits of having your accountant prepare the cash flow forecast is really the accuracy of the figures. So a lot of time what we find is there are softwares out there that you can use to help with your cash flow modelling, but they're only as accurate as the data that's going into the model. So what we do is a lot of the time that we spend is analysing the data, making sure that it's accurate and correct and it's all correctly allocated, and then sitting down with the client from there and working out what are the business improvement strategies that we need to implement to help them through cash crunches, and what are the opportunities or weaknesses that we're seeing that we can build on. So another reason to get your accountant involved in the cash flow modelling process is to get their ideas and their input on the trends and scenarios that they're seeing unfold within your business. So a recent example of that was in the last year or so, we've been helping clients with JobKeeper applications and their eligibility for JobKeeper. So having that cash flow model already there and constantly updated, we're far easier to track the business performance and and the swings and roundabouts in revenue, and just made that JobKeeper enrolment process that much easier for those clients. So our cash flow modelling also includes variance analysis, so where we're looking to identify significant variances between the actual figures and our forecasts. The variances can come about due to a number of reasons. It could be business or economic factors, or it could be something as simple as inaccurate bookkeeping. But sitting down and running through those variants with a client really helps them to focus in, helps with cost control, and it's another good way just for them to keep on track of what's happening in their business. So if you have any questions or concerns or wanted to have a discussion about cash flow modelling, then please get in touch with us.